fucking idiot. Get up, checker, you dick. Hey, just fucking kick it.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Oh.
Good afternoon, guys. It's left, right, and somewhere in between. Listeners, welcome back.
Hey,
and
Wait, hang on.
Hang on. What?
What did you say? What did you say?
what do you mean?
You said.
Left, right, and some. Who's that?
I thought.
Oh shit! Okay. News break. After some
Heated negotiation.
heated negotiation, conversation with our multiple subscribers, we feel that there's a name change that should be due, and the suggestion and the new name of this podcast is Four Cocks on the Couch. That's Cox with a
C-O-X. Yes.
Indeed, we're not to that vulgar. Some of us. But no, Four Cocks on the Couch is the new podcast name. So guys, when you're listening in, please don't get confused. But fellas, how are we this week?
Yeah, not bad.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Can I just add that's in honour of Mason Cox. So big fella, just give us a call, mate. Don't be afraid to call in.
Support the podcast.
Adrian loves big cocks. That's
There's
overdue.
one golden rule: you can't use my jokes against me. It's just not on.
But what have we been doing this week, fellas?
Trying to forget the football.
Yeah, we're over
been
that.
half
Yeah.
one, right?
It's
Yeah.
tough when you talk to Geelong supporters, but
We went live with online with 2 of the 3 episodes, and third one soon to drop.
Yep.
But I don't know if anyone would be able to tell, but we were high and mighty then. But by the afternoon, it was just a bit
pretty shattered.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
ugly. Pretty ugly.
It was flat.
Although by the time this makes the channel, it's probably going to be a month away.
Probably.
And they'll be
So
saying,
I've spent the last month getting over the football.
"Would have finished ages ago." Yeah.
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 Oh, we can work that
What
out.
about you, Freddie? What's been going on in your world?
I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. I think there's a lot of controversy out there at the moment with regards to Australians and what it means to be Australian. So I don't know. Let me raise this with you guys. I've been getting a bit of back and forward with some people with regards to what it actually means to be an Australian, what it means to be Aussie, what it means to me. There's been a lot of obviously we know that there's a lot of transgender and binary and non-binary and all these bullshit discussion, cancel culture, etc., etc. But I think for me, I'm just an.
Well, what's that got to do with being an Australian, though?
Well, I think what I'm trying to get at is Aussies. My opinion of Aussies is that we tend to not give 2 fucks about what is going on at all. We don't care about what is said. We don't care about opinions that are provided to us. We, as Aussies, we sort of brush it off. We move forward.
You reckon that's changing?
Possibly. For me, it's not. But you three, you tell me what.
What it means to be an Aussie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I grew up in an era different to you of being an Aussie where it was there was cultural differences between an Aussie and the nationalities that came into the country, but they generally in time embraced and they took them on. And for me, to being an Aussie it's a cultural thing. It's going to the footy, being with your mates, having a barbecue, talking like that in that slang lingo. You go up into Queensland and they talk completely different to the Mexicans down south, and a little bit different in SA. Being an Aussie is all these simple.
Sorry, hang on.
Sorry.
Is that an Aussie fucking way?
My eardrums are bleeding.
Is that an Aussie way to fucking interrupt? Jesus Christ!
I wasn't trying to interrupt,
And-
but I will if you want me to.
Exactly what you did is what Aussies do. They take the piss.
Yeah.
But they have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Like, everyone has to just take a breath. Nothing's that serious when you have a bit of fun with your mates. Take the piss. Sometimes taking the piss out of someone actually means you like them.
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
Not that you actually hate them.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be taken. We've done this culturally for years, and we've forgotten to have fun with what we do.
And I think cultures, when they come in and they realise that, and they realise that...
And they become part of it.
Obviously, there are some that have been aggressive in the past and made it difficult, but majority of people, when they start mucking around with you and they make jokes about your culture, they're actually wanting to see how you react so that you can be a part of what they're doing.
That's what the Australian culture, always having fun, taking the piss, catching up with people.
Perfect example of what you said about taking the piss, and only in Australia could you turn the word cunt into a term of
Endearment.
Like, like you can't.
Yeah, you're a good
Nowhere
cunt.
else in the world.
Yeah, you're a good cunt.
Nowhere else in the world can you call you, hey, cunt, come here. Yeah, no worries, mate. Like, nowhere else in the world.
Fuck, you're a cunt.
True. You know,
That's different.
And our religious beliefs.
But see, he took it as a joke straight away because he understood.
Because you
our
are a joke.
Religious beliefs don't always end up in church. Our religious beliefs are sport.
Yeah.
It can be. That's
it
right.
becomes tribal. We love our footy teams. We love our rugby teams. If you're a rugby fan, and motorsports. On the weekend we saw the last
Bathurst,
Holden. And there was so much emotion around that from people who love the sport. At Bathurst, I've never been live, but I'm tipping there's probably 700 different nationalities there watching that race. Every one of them having fun and enjoying themselves.
People just getting rooted in bushes and shit.
Probably.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
So they're the kind of things that I look out at. And another one is helping out your mates. Always looking out for you. Doesn't matter, where you come from, who you are. Someone needs a hand. Someone's always there to help. It generally works out that someone's happy to help you. Oh, I need to move a couple of things. No worries, I'll be there. And the currency is usually beer or lunch. So we'll go to the pub and get a few beers. I'll get you a Palmer. That's the currency. And it's fantastic. It's the way it should work.
But do
the
you
world
think
should
that's
work like that.
Do you think that's changed? Do you think it's changed or changing?
No, I think it's changed. I do think it's changed, but I think it's sad that it's changed if that's the case. Because it's what we were built on. It's what we loved. It was never a bad day when your mate said, I need to move house. Once we're done, we'll get a slab and we'll have some beers. Oh, fantastic.
Why do you think it's changed, though?
I just think because people's mentalities have changed. And we've forgotten to just take things easier and to stop thinking about getting caught up in stuff. We've just stopped all that. And there's always this, I don't want to use the word woke, but there's always this what's in it for me, or why should I do something for you? Or there's always this negativity around things like that. And people just want to take that angle because it's easier than going to help people.
But do you think, and we've all travelled Australia, shore to shore, don't you think that that's probably more the southern states or southeastern states like New South Wales and Melbourne?
Yeah.
You go into Adelaide,
Victoria.
and Brisbane. Victoria. Actually, cities, not states, because country people around Australia are all the same.
They're great.
Yeah, but the bigger cities like Sydney, Melbourne, I think. But you venture out of those cities, and I think you head to Queensland, mate. Fucking bogans, a lot of them.
Yeah, correct.
You walk the street,
Politicians,
rednecks. They all want to say g'day. Everyone says g'day. There you go. You go to a pub. G'day. How you going, buddy?
Or even when you're driving on a long road, you give the old fucking two-fingered salute and you're good to go.
And everyone gives it back to you, and you're happy.
Down in Tassie, they've still got that Aussie twang. Like it's real full on down there.
Yeah, and they fuck their cousins. It's just,
All sisters, whatever. Yeah.
You know what I find they also do? We always, if your name's John, you'll always lengthen it. Jono.
Yeah.
Mark, Marcus.
Yeah.
Alan, or Alex, for example, becomes Al. So you go the opposite and shorten your name. Just fucking call me Alan.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have to shorten it?
follow the fucking birth
34
certificate,
letters.
you fuck.
No,
But that's what Aussies do that. They change your name to, if you've got a long name, they shorten it. If you've got a short name, they lengthen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Jono.
Yeah.
But if your name's Johnson,
They
it's
call you
Jono.
John. Yeah. so they bring it back.
If it's too long, we'll shorten it. If it's too short, we'll lengthen it.
And
Easy.
I think that's more about we're going to rename you to be one of us. That's what it is.
It's like they've
It's
taken that
we're
piss
bringing
part.
you into our fold.
I just don't understand how the Aussies got from our surname. They got Wog. What? I got called Wog a lot as a kid.
Where does that come from, Gollywog? Is that where the origin comes from?
There's a lot of
Check that tune, man.
I think Wog also means foreign body because when you get the Wog, like a cold. So it was
really?
it was more used when
used to be a
foreigners
term.
come into the country.
I've got the Wog.
They're a Wog.
I'm in bed with the Wog.
So what you're saying? What WOG is just more? It's just a generic term, or is it?
Well, no, the term, the word Wog, one of the meanings is a foreign body.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like when you get the Wog, you get a cold, you got a foreign body in your.
But why wouldn't they say it to like a Vietnamese bloke?
Because I think it's easier to say something else.
Because they called them
They
something
used
else.
it up on the Europeans. I heard somewhere along the line that WOG. Now I don't know how true this is. When they came over to Australia, and they received their work visa, they got stamped on their passports. Work overseas granted.
Oh.
And it was WOG.
So that would make sense.
Which
too.
makes sense.
Both of them
That
make
makes sense.
I don't think that's it, but I like it.
But how
I
would
like
it,
it.
like for Asians, why would they be called nips? Like, how does that work?
I didn't know what that means. I know what it means, but I don't know what
like
originally. How did that come up? What does that mean?
That comes from the Japanese word for Japan,
Oh, Nippon. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So we answer all questions here.
This is an educational podcast.
That's factual. That's factual.
Take that to the bank.
So nippers, no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
If you look up Adrianpedia, it's factual.
So how'd they come up with PowerPoint? What does that mean?
Well, that's-
let's hang on. Let's now we're going somewhere.
we'll take it one step too. So slang names, slang words. Aussies are great at it. Great. They bring up. There's so many different things. Wrap your laughing gear around that.
Yeah.
You tell someone from another country, wrap your. They have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's a dog's breakfast.
Yeah.
Flat out like a lizard drinking.
Lizard drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few stubbies short of a six pack. That's you, big fella.
I reckon most of them worked that one out.
Tell him he's dreaming. Well, that comes from the movie.
I've seen on social media, Americans going, "Oh, I came to Australia and the language and and they'll say something. Go, I've never heard that." And I'm thinking, really? I thought that was like a
Common language.
I saw one of those guys, and he was going through a few of them. And he came up with the one that we call Yanks. We call them septic tanks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And but in
Rhyming
some
slang.
in some places now they've even abbreviated that to
Seppo.
Seppo.
Yeah,
Seppo. Right.
Yeah.
So you're a
look,
Seppo.
we've shortened it.
Yeah.
But
That's strange, isn't it?
you know that you've got a unique way of being in the world when you have your own dictionary. When you've got an Australian dictionary, you know that your language is now
unique.
It's not generic like. To be honest, I don't even know why they have an American version, but if you've got an English Oxford dictionary, like
They just
there's
spell colour and colour different.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like flour and shit like that. Like, what the fuck's wrong with these people? But yeah,
Flour?
One is
Yeah.
a flour and one you cook with.
no, like the flour, like the flour, FLOUR.
No,
flour.
no, that's flour. No,
Yeah,
That's
And then
flour.
there's flour. There's FLO.
WER.
Hang on.
Yeah.
What's hang on, hang on,
And they're
what's
two
happening?
different things.
fucked that
They're two
up.
different
What's
things,
happening
mate.
here? What's
I've
happening
just
here?
fucked that up.
Thanks for coming, Fred.
We'll edit that one out.
Do you know what's going on? Or do you need to explain this to me?
Coming from these old fucking cunts.
No worries, mate. Should be right.
And that's actually, I worked at a place where they had an American person here visiting and working and helping out with a project they were working on. And one of the things that person found hard to deal with was that, she'll be right.
Yeah, should be
And
right.
we're talking about engineering people
Yeah.
where things have to be precise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what that person was used
She'll
to
be
in the
right.
States. But coming here, she'll be right.
Yeah.
And it's like, how is that going to be right?
About to blow his stack. But like,
As
there's-
long as you didn't pull the wool over his eyes. Did you give him a grey nurse? A pineapple? A lobster?
this is fucking great.
Hey?
Blue
He's-
healer.
A blue healer?
He's as confused
No.
as a chameleon in
I
a
know
bag
what it
full of
is.
Skittles.
Oh, I like that one too. Yeah, that's good.
What's the $5, the purple one? What's that one?
The one that
Have they come up- have they come up with them?
Is it the purple tulip? Or?
the purple rose of Cairo.
I think Ada needs to tell us what the purple tulip is. I learned that off him. He's a wise man.
The purple.
Fair go,
Hey?
mate.
Man in the boat? I don't know.
You don't know what the purple tulip is?
The purple tulip?
Yeah.
The man in the boat?
That could be for
No,
No, they're two different things. Just like
Excellent. Right.
flour and flour, motherfucker. But coach, you're as useful as a wooden leg in a bushfire, mate. I've got a bunch of them that I've heard over the years. Like, when people Australians tend to be dumb at best, and there's always weird and wonderful people that you work with, and one of them is you're as useful as an ashtray on a motorbike. You're as useful as a fly screen on a submarine. That's
That's a rip snorter.
when you've had a decent feed, just like we've sort of had with a bunch of pizza, we're as full as a wanker's belly button. When we're excited and we're happy and we're loving life, we're as happy as a one-legged lesbian on a pogo stick. So when you're meeting some randoms and they've got a prickly past, I guess. You can say, she's had more pricks than a second-hand dartboard.
That's an oldie.
I want to know, when you did your research on this, how many, like, you'd obviously had to edit it a lot because there would have been a fuckload.
Yeah, and I think
Can I check your Google search?
well, I did it on your laptop. But But,
do you guys work during the day or what?
No, we definitely don't. I think with Australians though, we get creative, and I think that's one of the wonderful things about being an Aussie is that there is never a time, and this stems all the way back from the World War II days when, as you can imagine, a warlike situation is not exactly the world's most fun, but when you're having guys that are in a situation where their life's at risk, they're fighting for a cause that they probably don't know much about, but they're still happy to put their head down, do the work, have a laugh with their mates, even though they know at any step or time in life that their life may end at a click of a button. So I think as an Aussie, it's all sense of humour is somewhat in our DNA, I would think,
and they use it always to lighten a terrible situation or a potentially sad situation or whatever, and so it's probably become part of our culture to talk that way, to try to be upbeat rather than always go the
negative.
other way around. And it's so fun talking to people from overseas, and we say it naturally in our conversation. We talk and say these things, and they just look at you like it's a completely different language.
Oh, I was in Phuket. And I was in a bar, and there were these a group of American sailors.
What bar were you in?
It was actually it's the Aussie bar in Bangor
Oh, okay.
Road. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's called the Aussie bar.
Did you throw a shrimp on the barbie?
Isn't that the one that got blown up? Aussie bar?
No,
that was
but wrong country?
Paddy's
country.
got blown
Yeah,
up in
yeah.
Bali. And
Sorry,
Sorry, Clive.
fucking confused.
It's been all over the TV for the last week.
yeah, 20-year anniversary this week.
And we were chatting away about, I don't know what it was, current affairs at the time, world news. And
On Channel 9.
I said to him, I saw it on telly. Now, did you not, telly's not, it's Aussie slang. I didn't know. And he goes, where? I said, on the telly. He goes, what's that? I said, television, the TV. Oh, you never heard that before. I was fucking gobsmacked. Yeah. I thought telly was like a international term. But no, it's not. It's just a shortened name for television.
And at that point, did you do a Harry?
Harry Holt?
Yeah. And just disappear?
So just how are we going for time there?
Plenty of time. Mate. Keep talking shit.
I want to raise two things with you actually, and this sort of covers off on maybe Aussie humour or you make your judgment. So when you go to a fast food joint, and by the looks of me on the camera, I tend to go to a fast food joint fucking regularly.
Quite a few of them.
Regularly.
This camera makes people look bigger, so
fair enough.
You've got loyalty membership there?
Well, yeah, if I'd be a fucking premium member, mate. So if you go to a fast food joint, let's call it Red Rooster, KFC, McDonald's, whatever.
And if you want to sponsor us, just come on board.
Maybe not after this fucking story. But if you go there and you tend, when you're in drive-through, right, obviously their objective is to get your food and prepare it, get your food and go, right, as quick as possible.
Yeah.
How often do you go to these, you might not even go there, but how often would you go to these fast food places where you find that specifically the chip packets are half full? They're not, they've tried to jam these chips in as best as they can, but because they're all fucking crisscrossed like a haystack, they don't filter into the bottom.
No,
You
never
don't
happens
need-
to
you
me.
don't
I
need
think
extra
I think they see you coming. They're going. We're gonna piss,
they
we're gonna
fuck
fuck with this
me
guy.
up.
Yeah, they're
They
gonna
fuck
fuck
me
with
up.
him.
Sometimes they're soggy and they're old.
That's true. Just sort of like your
Or they're all,
Just like
all
my skin.
overcooked. Or they're overcooked.
The brown ones.
And there's about
nothing wrong with brown.
50 of little ones at the bottom like this. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't go to those places. I don't eat those sorts of foods.
You don't know what you're missing
we're
out
just
on.
going to speak to
I got suck of food on me face.
we're going to speak to Ada's cardiologist and see what he fucking says.
Apparently, he's got fat deposits.
With and I'm sure our listeners experience this, right? They go to those fast food joints, they go fuck 'em, and drive through in the car. See you later. Started going and go. Hold on a second.
There's no chips in his
I've got
box.
5 fucking chips left in his packet.
They're usually in the bottom of the bag, mate. That's where you got to look.
I have turned around and gone back and said that's not enough chips.
I think you've done more
and
than
they're,
that.
and they're told, and
Have
they're
you
too
done any
cold.
fucking
So we have to
reviews?
wait. We have to wait in the bay.
What, babe?
They've
the
got
waiting
the
bay.
waiting bay. Had to wait in the bay. It took about 5 minutes. They came out with it, and it was
Fresh.
jam packed and hot as anything.
Did you put that on social media? Did you give him a
review
rating
on it?
or anything like that?
I've been banned.
You have?
I've been cancelled.
But you, like,
And for a good reason.
Not a good reason because now it's all come out that it was probably okay.
No, it wasn't
Cancel
never
culture.
okay.
Yeah, it was
Cancel
okay.
But so because usually what you do when you get that, you give it a shake and go, fuck, what the fuck? There's like 5 chips in here. Like I've
Again,
ordered a
it's you.
large.
I'm telling you, it's you.
So if it's my problem, I've got a fucking solution for these cunts. My solution is get some cunt with Parkinson's, And when they're fucking filling that packet full of chips, they will shake that son of a bitch as hard as they possibly can, and that shit will filter down to the bottom, and they go, oh, fuck, it's half empty. I'll keep pouring more.
Keep going.
Right? And even when the McDonald's bring out their specials with their shaker fries, go your fucking hardest, champion. You've got 20 steps from the fucking hot fryer to the door. Go your fucking hardest and give them my perfect hot shaker chips.
I'm going to go right off script here, right?
Have we got a script?
Sort of. You know, like every kind of industry or business always tries to get an edge on the current market, you know. Sorry, that got drowned out by his coughing. They're always looking for an edge on the current market. And I've got one for cafes.
Uh-huh.
All
Here we
the
go.
cafes, like, you know, they're all fucking smashed over. Everyone's got smashed over. And, you know,
Hang on. Before we do, should we patent this so that cunts don't steal this shit?
yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's already been patented.
Hang on, let's worry about it after he said it.
Yeah.
So I've got something that we could, like, if we ever open up a cafe, this is the one that would put us head and shoulders above every other fucking cafe in Melbourne.
A shower?
What's
that? You get that?
Sharp knives.
Oh, well, eh?
How many times you been to a fucking cafe and you're
can't
hacking through your fucking sourdough, fucking because the thing's blunt. Does my fucking
You're probably using
head
a
in.
butter knife. You're using a butter knife.
Fucking, that's it. That's my rant.
That's the best you got.
But you know,
That's it, I'm done.
Don't open a cafe. That's all I'm saying.
and, like
Well, I
another
can
one.
say I went to a cafe today in Ringwood North and had one of those nice serrated knives.
Fuck off.
And
I
it
don't
cut
believe you.
through the
Steak knife.
sourdough. Yeah, it was a steak knife.
No.
What they give? They were giving it to you by mistake, clearly.
No, they give it to people who look good and smart and
Not with
No,
that.
maybe,
and
maybe they
look
give
like
it
they're
to,
going to pay their bill.
maybe they give it to people who might struggle cutting.
Like,
Oh, so they all think you're tough, so they fucking around with you.
Would you like us to cut that for you?
I'd be happy if she did. Don't worry.
but like, like even when you go to the airports, right? So all the like, I don't know if you heard.
Oh,
Recently,
you've been
just
airporting
on a-
lately, so this could be real.
100% it's real. So even today or maybe yesterday, there were 2 security breaches at both Sydney Airport and Melbourne
Today,
Airport. Right?
Melbourne, yeah.
So for whatever fucking reason,
Someone got through without being scanned, apparently.
So pick your poison, whatever it is, right? But when you go into a lounge and they give you cutlery, the cutlery's fucking metal. So what? Like, and just on the back of what Ada was saying, the knives are probably sharper than what you get at the fucking cafes, right? So who's to say that you can't? You've already gone through the fucking metal detectors. You're literally at the lounge and you walk to your gate. So who's to say that you're not going to fucking steal one of those things? Because there's no scanners at the outside of a lounge.
Yeah, once you're through the scanning,
You're done.
That's it.
100%. It's meant to be a secured area. But yet they give you these fucking knives or forks and spoons, glass. Who's the fucking say don't smash that glass and go and fucking jam some cunt in
who's
the
going to
throat?
say you don't go into the Virgin Lounge and say, I'm going to have something to drink, coffee wasn't great enough, smash.
Yeah, correct.
We're going to get cancelled now because they're going to listen to this and they go, fucking Fred, shut up. No one knows about it yet.
Virgin and Qantas will never sponsor
Next
us.
thing you know, we're going to have a fucking September 11 event fucking here in
With
Australia.
our luck, we're going to get sponsored by Jetstar.
We're going to get 1 million views because of you because everyone's going to go, listen to this video.
is
We
what
worked
you
out
do.
how to kill everyone at the airport.
This is what you do.
I think security's more about not in the lounge, mate. It's more about on the plane. You know.
Well, okay. So
Yeah, but okay, you can go into that lounge, put that knife in your pocket and go on the plane. There's no detection.
that's true. So what do you do?
And you're going to take out 150 passengers and the pilot.
I'll take out.
I reckon he could take a few.
I'll take someone.
You drop your guts and you do that.
Because the camera's, he is a bit big. The camera's like not lying.
And to be totally honest, I've flown with both Virgin and Qantas. Virgin, whenever the pilot comes out of that cockpit, there's one person that stands between you and that cockpit.
If you're sitting in 1B, you could take them out.
100%.
Absolutely.
Did you just suggest the cockpit's gender?
I did
Oh,
because it was a male
could be a
pilot.
cunt pit.
The
Anyway,
Viper
move
did.
on. Move on.
That's actually funny, Adrian. That's good.
I'm funny,
No,
mate.
you're not. That was
It's
all
taking you
right.
fucking 7 recordings to
Yeah,
realise.
okay.
With
that's not
Qantas,
bad.
but with Qantas, they didn't have anyone standing between you and the door. So the moment that pilot opens that door, fucking goodbye.
Yeah, that's
Bang.
it.
I'm slitting you in the throat.
Taking him out.
Gone.
And I was on a plane once where
do it
they were
just for
waiting
fun.
for the paperwork to be signed and whatever. Now, if you wanted to get someone,
Yeah.
they're just standing around waiting, right? So if you had a knife and you pretended to go to the toilet, and you say, I just want to go to the toilet, and then you quickly pull out your knife, run in there and just jam it into his neck, no one's going to stop you.
Yeah.
You've just taken out a pilot.
Sorry, can
You'll
I
be
just
famous.
interrupt? I've got a WhatsApp voice call from some international. Should we answer this?
Just
You should
answer
say
it.
yes.
Just answer it.
You haven't got it on the...
Oh, hang on. Continue. Here we go. Hang on.
You hung up.
No. Hello.
Muted.
Oh, hang on. How do I mute?
Oh,
Oh, hang on.
No, now you've muted it.
No,
Hello?
Unmute.
Hello? Hello?
Oh,
Hello, who's that?
Is this Mr.
Mr. Who?
James?
Damn straight it is, bitch.
Mr. James Bond.
My friend just gave me your number.
Oh, yeah.
Your friend
Hello.
gave me-
What's your friend's name?
What?
What's your friend's name?
My name is Alexis.
Alexis.
Do you work for Google?
Alexis, can you turn the lights on?
Oh, you're Amazon. Is that Amazon calling? Hello?
Oh, I think we're going to say goodbye to our guest.
Alexis.
She's gone.
She's gone.
Hang up.
She's gone.
that was interesting.
That's fucking
funny.
weird, isn't it?
That was interesting.
That's
Alexis,
fucking pissing me off too. Like, I'm sick of these fucking cunts.
yeah.
What is sales calls and
plus
shit?
44? What country's that? She sounded Filipino, maybe. Have you been passing my number on your relatives, Fred?
Is your mum trying to find a partner for him?
100%.
My friend Fred gave me your number.
We can replay that later and find out what she said. Yeah.
That's weird. We'll check that button.
Yeah.
No.
But hey, look, before we sign off on this episode, I've got another one for you. All right, another question based on Australian humour. Now, the Guide Dogs Association does a wonderful job for our blind people. Right, really does. And whenever you go into parks and stuff,
why am I starting to feel
hold on, just
cringy?
fucking relax. Hold on. Guide Dogs Australia does wonderful things for everyone, right? For the blind community, and if you've got some spare money that you can donate to Guide Dogs Australia, and they will appreciate everything that anyone can do for them. But I do have one fucking $5. Is that the purple tulip? Look at it. But I do have one question. I need an answer to it. Now, I'm a dog owner. I've got 3 dogs. When I go out into a park, if I go out to a park, I should say, the expectation for me as a dog owner is to make sure that my dog is safe, make sure that people around me are safe, that my dogs aren't aggressive and all that sort of stuff. But also from a dog owner's perspective, I need to pick up the shit.
Yes.
Who picks up guide dog shit?
Because no one can see it.
Correct. Well, not the handler, owner can't see it. So who picks it up?
Do they train the dogs to hold it?
No, well, as you know, once you lose one of your senses, all the others, one of your senses, all the others are heightened, so they sniff it out probably, and then they'll taste it, and they know it's shit, and they'll pick it up.
You've been eating the cookie jar, you fuck.
All the other 4 senses are being used.
Oh, that's a serious question, though.
That's a
Taste,
very,
feel.
very good.
Who picks up the
So
dog?
I must have 7 million people who use blind guide dogs in my street because every fucking dog that goes past shits on my lawn.
No, that's my daily route.
I will tell you this: some councils have regulation you have to pick up your poo, and some
Your own
councils,
poo?
your dog's poo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And some councils say it's okay. You
No,
don't have to.
ours is a different
No,
issue.
So you look up your council, and you'll
gonna-
find out there are some councils that have the law to pick it up, and some that don't.
I'm going to answer Fred's question. What I think they do with the guide dogs, when they wash the dogs in the bath, the dogs shit and stomp.
That's my job. That's my job.
And on that note,
Maybe guide dogs have been taught to smash into the grass.
You see, I told you. I've got a fucking purpose. But on that note, guys, thank you very much for listening. Once again, this is 4 Cocks on the Couch. That's
hey, 4 cocks on the
Four
couch.
cocks on
with
the couch.
FOUR, Cox, COX.
All right.
Guys, we'll tune in shortly.
See you later.
Bye.
Ciao.